Oh wow, I'm recording. Well, let's just go off the cuff then. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. I'm so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside. It's been a long time, folks, but welcome to another episode of the Jammin' Dude Show. I'm back, and this is my dog Gertie, who just kind of happened to wander on in. Hi, Gertie. Well, really briefly, I just want to let you guys know that, I was out of it for a while. I had taken an extremely high-stress job that was extremely taxing on my personal life and many other things, but I won't delve into that too much. Suffice to say that the Jammin' Dude went into a bit of a funk for a while, and not even music was bringing me joy. And so when I had the opportunity to take some time off, I am hoping to get back to work again really soon, but for the time being, I'm just enjoying the fact that I'm not in that really high-stress job. I've been doing what I've been doing for over 20 years now, and I can safely say that in all that time, I don't think I've ever had as high-stress a job as the one I just got out of. But on to the music, because I'm just now getting back to learning to finding joy in music again. And I heard a new local band recently. Forgive me for butchering it, guys. Isthmusia. Isthmusia. It just flows, doesn't it? Isthmusia. An instrumental band, progressive rock band. I will be including their link below. Instrumental progressive rock band that just released a 7-track, 30-minute EP. I'm really impressed. I didn't write down the song titles in front of me, but I've given the album several spins. Again, you can listen to it free, and I'll be including a link to that. And I will also be including a link to my full review with all the song titles. You know how it is when you're new to an album, you're kind of listening to it and you're really digging on it, but you really haven't had time to kind of pour through it and memorize everything yet. But I was really impressed. It reminds me a little bit of Devin Townsend's mellower material. You know, not strapping young lad kind of stuff, but a little bit more of his laid-back solo material. Maybe that mixed up with a little bit of Satriani almost, but a little more prog than that, really. I hate to throw Satriani in the mix just because I don't normally view him as a prog guy. My co-host, which since it is winter is simply just spiced rum and hot apple cider. But mostly I wanted to give an opportunity to give a shout out to these guys from Kingston. Great band. They are playing around locally in the Seattle area. You can see my full write-up by clicking on the link below for Northwest Music Scene. I want to say thank you again to everyone in the local area. I've received actually emails and requests to get my show back on the air. And so it was really, in a big way, it was you guys that helped me to get out of my funk and made me realize that really music can be a catharsis and really music for the inner child that sometimes screams when life isn't going his way. So I want to thank every single one of you that wrote in, and I want to thank Glenn Casebeer especially from Northwest Music Scene who gave me this opportunity to return back to writing the articles for Northwest Music Scene, and especially for turning me on to Isthmusia, which, today is the day before Thanksgiving, but they're going to be playing out in West Seattle on Friday. So I'm hoping to actually go out and see them and maybe get a really brief interview for the Jammin' Dude Show. I've got several things in the pipe that I'm going to be doing to start rolling the show back out again. The new Haken EP just came out, and I'm thrilled with it, but I'll be giving a full write-up for that later. Also, I'm hoping to do a series of Rush album reviews. So look for that coming up in the near future. All the time I want to be keeping up with new local stuff. Thank you for everybody who gave me feedback on the forced entry interviews. I'm also hoping to upload some additional stories, some outtakes from that interview. But mostly, I want the show to really focus on Isthmusia. If you're into instrumental progressive rock of the highest caliber, one of the things that I really, really enjoyed about their music is the fact that a lot of bands, they're going the Dream Theater route and going for that metal edge. I have no problem with that. But when you start coming up with a lot of Dream Theater clones, you lose a lot of the diversity. And progressive rock is really all about diversity. And one of the things that I love about progressive rock is the diversity within the genre, because you can either go for the metal side of things, like Rush, and later, early on, Rush would pursue the hard rock roots of progressive rock, later on to be followed up by some of the more underground, even Iron Maiden and Fate's Warning had progressive elements to them, and then Dream Theater really kind of turned it up a notch. But then you could also do the laid back and more atmospheric version of prog rock, which is more your Pink Floyd and later on Porcupine Tree. And I like the way that bands like Riverside from Poland really get a good blend of either side. They can go either heavy or can be more laid back and atmospheric. And that's what I really like about Isthmusia, is they can have these really mellow, atmospheric moments and then can turn around and just kick it up a notch. And some of my favorite tracks on there were some of the heavier elements, but then the way that the softer moments helped to let the entire album just breathe and give it a dynamic range, so you didn't feel like you were getting fatigued by the exact same thing throughout the entire half hour. So hats off to Isthmusia. Thank you, Gertie. And I hope to be meeting them in the very near future. Check out their album at bandcamp.com. I'll be including a link to their Facebook page as well as their Bandcamp page, where you can listen to the entire album streaming. And come out and see them locally and check them out. And I really highly suggest them. More activity coming from the Jammin' Dude in the near future. So thank you all for your feedback. It really helped me, and I can't appreciate it more. So again, the J Dude abides, and thank you, and you'll be seeing more reviews and shows coming up from me in the near future. Thank you all.